Greetings, Patrick here. Have Cheetah Will View. Welcome to my work stream. Hopefully everybody's doing well. It is crazy today. I opened up a box of Pandora's box today, and wow, did not expect to get what I got. I haven't had to do this. I haven't done this in a long time. So maybe I was just completely blown away with the response I got. So this is why I'm just coming on here to make some banners up and yeah. So I got so much to do, but it's fun. It's definitely fun. So we are booking October for 8 questions with, and it's looking like this might be the first full month I've had since Instagram. So that is not a bad thing. Um, I went to one of my acting groups here on Facebook, and basically I've done this many times before. I've gone in there and said, "Hey, would anybody care to talk?" And the vast majority, and Stephen from the House of Horrors can tell you this too. A lot of times I got crickets. When I tell people that out of the 100 people I asked to come on 8 questions with, I get shot down 98% of the time. That's no joke. That's actually true. People are not always excited to talk, or they don't know the value of it. Especially if in entertainment side of things. Some people don't. It always confuses me too. Like I was talking to someone from the library last week, and I was sitting there saying how it's really hard to get people from small businesses to jump on here and get free publicity. It's hell. You ask them, hey, come on here, talk about yourself, talk about your business. I've only had a handful actually take me up on it. Only a handful. The vast majority have said no. It's free publicity. You can't go wrong with free publicity. No one's asking for anything. I know like a lot of restaurant influencers, they do that shit, right? They say, well, I'm going to go inside there. I'm going to review your restaurant, but I want a free meal to do so. That's not influencing. You're not doing anything for them. It's like, talk about the business, pay for your meal, pay for their meal, talk to them about their business. And if you do that, if you don't ask for special privileges, chances are the next time you walk through the place or the business you talk about, you might get a little something out of it, but not when you ask for it. So today we are making a banner for our first guest in October, or actually our second guest in October. Uh, so, uh, hmm, I like that. Okay. Okay. So, let's go on here. Hey, it's the Owl and Tim Devil and the Wonder Twins. Holy cow. I have a feeling. Am I right in thinking about this? Will there be an owl sighting tonight, late night, with the owl? That could be happening. Of course, there's the Wonder Twins getting ready for next Sunday. Me and the twins and Dell, we're all going to be heading on over to the Horror Miser Monty G's channel. and we're gonna be talking about The Witch. Yeah, I can't wait for that. That's so much fun. That's a great movie. Um, yeah. Oh, so it looks like movie talk is up and running. All right. So I'm gonna wait to see what movie he pulls. I'm not gonna ask. I'm gonna be surprised. Uh, yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm thinking after Monty hosted it, I'm thinking you guys should host, and you guys should host it in October. Keep this party on the road. That's just what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking that that'll be fun. So yeah, so what I did today is I went over to a group on Facebook and just threw it out there and said, "Hey, does anybody want to talk?" Um, and like I said, most of the time that never works, right? I might get one or two, maybe. I got like 35. I got 35 people that wanted to come talk to me. So I am gonna be busy for a little bit. I've already booked uh I've already booked four, but that's because I don't want to get behind. So I'm booking four, making four banners today, and then I'll go back and make a couple more. I take them as I got them. As they came in, I took them in the order that I got them, and yeah. So the first time in a long time, we're gonna have 3 shows a week again. Now, am I gonna be able to do that all the time? No, but I learned a valuable lesson. I know if I go inside this group, what to expect. The good thing about it is too is the group that I did join. Um, I had already posted over 30 times as far as 8 questions go, because that's one of the biggest concerns I have. Because there's so much villainy and out here. Um, I always try to make sure when I talk to, especially a woman, I'm very careful about this because I've seen a lot of guys out there that are just absolutely filth, and they do a lot of bullshit things. So what I do is like whenever I do talk to a woman artist, as I make sure that they see a past episode of the show, um, because I want them to know that this is a legitimate enterprise. This is not just someone looking to, talk, or try to hit up on in private messages, because that does happen. And so I always make sure that people have a way to vet me out. You want to know who I am, what I'm about? By all means, I'm an open book. I have no secrets. So, yeah, uh, a rare occasion indeed. So I'm only 5 away from 1700. I would love to hit 1700 today. Hey, there's Corey right there. Corey and what's funny? I have actually never seen Don and Corey in a same stream. I've never seen you guys in like live side by side. I'm thinking maybe you guys are both one, both the same person. I don't know. How you doing, Corey? I can't wait for tonight. I want to see what Don is going to bring to the party tonight. That is so cool. Yeah. Hey, what's going on? I think I saw, if I'm not mistaken, I thought it was your birthday last week, right? A good friend or brother from a certain age. I do believe I saw it was his birthday recently. Yeah. Who are you? Batman. Uh, but remember, Crisis on Two Earths. It had Batman fighting Owlman. Remember? I don't know if you saw that or not, but that's true. James Woods voiced Owlman. Great movie, by the way, too. Dark as hell. Okay. What movie should I put on here for her? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go with that one. I like that one. I'm gonna go with that. That's a cool title. I want to see that now. Now that I also found out something new I did not know. The Tubi is now showing short films. I was not aware of that, but they are showing short films. That is cool. Oh yeah, we got to use that one. Oh come on, fingers, fingers work. Don't fail me now. We do have a schedule change too. Uh, we moved our date with professional wrestler Mickey Knuckles. We moved it to the 30th. Mickey is recovering from some wrestling related injuries. Plus she's getting over a pneumonia. And I heard her. She just did her interview, and I heard it, and she sounded terrible, like congested. And then she was supposed to do an interview with our good friend Eric from Hey Internet. It's Eric. She called up yesterday and basically said she's still really sick. So Eric was going to reschedule, and I thought I would reschedule too, just to give her a window to take care of herself, get healed up, come back and talk to us. So I'm excited for the show. I cannot wait to talk to her, but I want to talk to her at her best. I don't want to talk to her when she's sick. And she deserves that. She deserves that respect, for sure. Yeah, yeah. Uh, Thanks, Dell. We're just speaking about Dell. He'll be joining us and the Wonder Twins as we are invading the Horror Miser Monty G's channel this Sunday night at 8 o'clock. We're going to be having a panel discussion about The Witch. That's right, our favorite animal, our horror animal, right behind the cheetah, is Black Phillip, and we can't wait to go ahead and talk about The Witch again. I haven't seen it for quite a while, so it'll be cool to see, and it's really gonna be fun to talk about where the actors have gone from when The Witch came out, because I do hold The Witch as the key to A24. Becoming a very well-known studio. It was The Witch that broke them. Um, and which is really funny is the fact that I got a ping from somebody saying that A24 is looking to buy the rights for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I gotta admit to you, I'm sort of disappointed in that, because one thing that made A24 so cool was the fact they were doing a lot of originals. They were doing original films. That's why I always compare them to IFC Midnight, because they're always something showing different, something new and different and unique. But now we're seeing the Friday the 13th. Now we're seeing Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's like, those are sort of stuff that you expect from Bloomhouse. Not or a studio trying to regurgitate. I mean, I can understand. I mean, okay, I personally would, if I was A24, I would have waited. I would have waited to see um, what the response is to your Friday the 13th, because I don't know why you would want to get out and get another IP if the one you already have is crashing and burning. Um, so I miss that. I miss that. Yeah, that's right. That's that 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 can't be yeah, that can't be uh who was that? The superhero from the Mystery Men. Yeah, that can't be him because he wears glasses. But I don't know. What are you guys thinking about? I mean, should A24 get into the horror business, the IP business? I mean, you know what I think though. This is my 2 cents because I do think they could get it with even cheaper than they could for Texas Chainsaw. Let's just say that they do the Friday the 13th and it's a hit, right? I mean, not just a curiosity, like I'm gonna go see it because it's out. But I'm talking about if it gets a really positive, like wow, this is some shit, like Bates Motel, right? Like everyone to know how Bates Motel is gonna do. Was it gonna be good or was it just gonna be like was it gonna be just a car crash? And it turned out to be pretty damn good, right? I think it lasted for 5 years, so it turned out to be pretty good for AMC. My thing is, though, I would like to see the response to the Friday the 13th, and then because I'm sure somebody will come in there and try to buy Texas Chainsaw Massacre before A24 does. But to me, it's like, man, if you wanted to get into a franchise that's just begging to get rebooted, and I do think the fans would get behind it, and you wanted to do that, is why not do something like Phantasm? That series is tailor-made to be picked up. Tailor-made. It's been dormant. It's had a long break between films. I think you could probably get it for next to nothing. In comparison to a property like a Friday the 13th, or a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think you could get it for a lot cheaper than that. Um, and that's what I would do. I mean, if the Friday the 13th worked and you get that response, then go out there and then do that, or develop your own. But buying the Texas Chainsaw Massacre right on the heels of a unproven Friday the 13th, because let's be honest, that short that they did, Sweet Revenge, that was really underwhelming. Not very much positive behind that. And those are the people that were behind the series. The same people that were doing Sweet Revenge. They're the ones that were behind. Sweet, they're behind because I think they put out that Sweet Revenge just to gauge the response of the fans to see where they're at. Like, okay, is this going to be like everybody's going to be talking about this forever and a day? Is this going to whet the appetite? I don't think it did. I know it didn't for me. I mean, I love the actress. I mean, the actress Ali Adonis. I mean, yeah, Dreamscape too. Man, that should have been made already. God Almighty, it should have been made already. Dreamscape would be another great. That would be very exciting. I would. I don't. I mean, that would be really cool too. But I mean, how many here were really excited about the Friday the 13th short? I mean, did it? I mean, I didn't have me sitting there going like, I can't wait for it to get here. I was just like, okay. They said they spent $1 million on this, and it's like, where did they spend it at? Because I didn't see it on screen. I certainly didn't, and I just didn't think it. I didn't think it caught the buzz. I didn't catch you know, but I do think that if you went back and did Phantasm and like the first two, not the last three, uh, then I think you got something here. But I just don't want them to go inside Bloomhouse territory. I don't want them to come out and do a horror film in January, spend $5, $5 million on it, or $10 million on it, throw it out there, and pray for a $25 million return so they have some money. I just don't like that. Everybody knows come January there's gonna be another Bloomhouse movie, and it's gonna be on the cheap. Everybody's gonna come out and want to watch it, and then we're all gonna sit here and bitch about it. All right. Oh, that final girl is badass. I would pay to see a movie with her in it. I would pay to see her. She was in a TV series called Into the Badlands. That was completely badass. That series was awesome. What's one movie you'll never review? That's easy. I'll never review a Serbian film. I'll never watch that. I have no desire to watch a Serbian film. Yeah, Into the Badlands was so cool. Man, that's a cool show. It's funny. It's like I actually caught an episode. I'm trying to remember where I saw an episode at. I think it may be here on YouTube. I watched this like the first episode on there, and I just went and bought it right there. I said I got to get this, so I went and bought. I went to on. I went on eBay and bought it. Yeah, that was a fun stream yesterday. That was fun. I even got a little bit of revenge. Oh my gosh. I don't know. It all depends if you can stay healthy. Hey, Anthony, you're almost up to 1,000 again. That's awesome. I think this is like the fourth or fifth time that you've been up to 1,000. You got to keep your channel because you should have Anthony should have 5,000 people by now. I really believe that. I want to Clash of the Titans with you, Marty. I want to Clash of the Titans. I want a Haley Bennett versus Jennifer Lawrence battle. He called our girl. He called our girl Timu Jennifer Lawrence. God, I'm sitting over here holding my ass in my hands when I heard that. I'm trying not to fall off my chair. Uh, hey, congratulations, man. That's not bad. That's not bad for 3 years for 4,000. That's shit. I've been stuck where I'm at for 4 years, if not 5 years. YouTube does not like me too much. It has it has sub frozen me more times than I can tell you. I heard you know what I heard about the long walk. I know they made some changes to it, but the comparison what I'm hearing is it's more like the Mist than anything else, which I absolutely agree with. I hope so, because I know it was Stephen King's first book, but even then, um, he was showing that he could not close the deal on his book because the ending of the Long Walk is one of those where you go all the way to the end with it, and then it just the novel the book itself, the novella, it's just like he what? But I heard that they wouldn't fix that like they did for the Mist, and that it came out looking really good. So though I did hear them say that they only had 50 walkers, whereas in the book there was 100, and they they volunteered. like volunteered. They weren't like forced to do it. Once your name was picked, then yeah, then you had to walk. But otherwise it was volunteer. It was volunteering. I mean, small things like that, but I do think it's important in the bigger scheme of things. I asked some friends a tough question the other day. Some couldn't answer too close, but which is better and had close subliminal messages to today? They Live or Demolition Man? Which is better? Man, you got to go with They Live. But even better than that, I'll tell you one movie that wait till you see it. If they do it the right way, if they do it the right way, like the original story, speaking of Stephen King, but The Running Man. That movie, that when I read that when it came out, when I read that, that book scared the shit out of me. Stephen King scares me. He really does. He writes about well, I don't know about now. I mean, I've seen some of his stuff now. I think he's comfortable. But back then, when he was cutting edge, like The Stand and The Running Man. Oh my God, The Running Man. The novel is so that's intense because he forecast everything. He forecast how we're all. Yeah, he called that way before. It is so. That's a scary ass book. Hey, there he is, Anthony from Dreamland Theater. Cinema Squad, assemble. Yeah, that sort of works, doesn't it? Yeah, I want to see your review, Marty, for sure. Yeah, that's the Long Walk is my. I think it would probably. I actually sit there and say safely it's probably my third favorite Stephen King book after The Running Man and The Stand. Um, I would definitely say that. The Running Man is intense. I hope they do it to just like the book. And that book actually had a good ending to it. That did not have a typical Stephen King like I don't know how to end my story. This one he did, and it's a banger if they do it. Okay, so I have a question here. I have a question because I'm going to need somebody's help here. Does anybody want to come up and hang out right here, right now? Does anybody want to come up and hang out with me here? Because I could use the company. So if you want to do so, let me know and I'll drop the link down and someone can come up there and say hi. Oh, that Running Man movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Oh, that's horrible. That's probably the worst adaptation of the Stephen King book I've ever seen. By far, it's the worst. Thank you so much. Give our regards to Jen. Uh, yeah, I'll say this: The Dark Tower should have been a TV series. I was a mistake trying to put that in as a movie, and that is yet another Stephen King. Yet another Stephen King series that just did not have an ending at all. It's amazing how many of his stories come without an ending, a proper ending. It's amazing. Hello, Bedazzle. Now, welcome to Derry, that's going to be interesting. I think they can pull it off. talking and then I'm doing a little bit of typing here. Uh, all right, all right. Let's see. God, no, no, no. That movie's a cartoon. That no, no. Just wait till the Glenn Powell movie comes out because they're doing it closer. They're doing it closer to the novella, and you'll see exactly what. Once you watch this new version of the Running Man, I promise you, you will not like the old one unless you're a diehard Arnold fan. No, that's actually my keyboard. That's actually my keyboard. I'm just so I had went inside of my one of my Facebook groups and I just went and asked if anybody wanted to talk to me, and then I got like 35 responses, and so now I'm just that is so many. That's so many. I mean, most of the time I get like two or three, and but this time I got like over 30. So, so what I have to do is I have to go ahead and make banners for the ones like to fill up my calendar. I might even have to expand my calendar because I might have too many. So, but I'm gonna book the core first, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'll go out to the other 2 days if I have to. Very nice people too, by the way. I think you guys gonna really enjoy some of the people I'm bringing on board. In fact, I watched one creator. They did a short movie, a short film. It's on Tubi, and I went and watched that, and it was very cute. I was like, okay, this is gonna be fun to talk with. The creator seems to have a lot on the ball. Um, Sub Zero, who that's right, that's right. Only one Sub Zero. Oh, the cat dad is in the house. What's going on, Larry? We're just working away, trying to get some banner work done here, and yeah, that's so everybody's talking about the long walk. That's gonna be yeah. I might have to go see that. I've been thinking about that and like I might have to go see that now the kids are out of school. That might be a good thing to do on a Wednesday. I just wish it was colder so I could sneak snacks in. Because that's part, whenever you go out, oh look, and yes, look, huh. It's the cat house. I knew the cat house was in the chat. That's right. Don and Larry. Whenever the hell are you guys getting back together for the cat house? It cannot be that hard to do one show a month where the cat and the owl hook up. You don't have to do it every week. You do it once a month. We're excited to see that. But we miss you guys, man. Don and Larry when they're on their jazz, two of the best, two of the very best. And yes, I am aware of the Cat House being a TV series. That's actually where I got the name from the HBO show called The Cat House. Even though they're not that kind of cat house, but still, some scenes were filmed outside of somewhere. I was in Compton, also for one battle after some of the same characters from Inherent Vice will be in that. Let's see. What scenes? Oh, one battle after another. That's right. Okay. Well, really? That's interesting. Uh, so yes, yes. I learned a lot about the Air Force, Larry. I don't know about you. That's what I learned a lot about. Oh gosh. Uh, so some of the same people from Inherent Vice, so the characters are going to another movie. That's really cool. I like that. I like when they do that on movies. I think that's interesting. It'll be but they're saying that movie cost a. I mean, Jesus, the movie, the money they're saying that movie cost, they're never gonna recoup it. I think they said it was like 130 million, 140 million for one battle after the next, and it's just like that's got to be all budget. I mean, that's all going to be cast salaries. There's just no way they're making that money back on that kind of budget. Now, that's the one where they're all fighting all at once, right? One battle after another. There's just it's basically like the last 45 minutes is supposed to be just one. I think Ben Wheatley directed it. Maybe I'm not thinking the right one because Ben Wheatley did one called Free Fire. No, Paul Thomas Anderson. Okay. When their rival enemy resurfaces after 16 years, a group of revolutionaries reunite to rescue one of their own daughters. So, okay. That's, huh. Wow. I was not, I didn't know that he had, I did not know that he had made an action movie. We did a lot of Haim videos. Wow, this is the first movie for Paul Thomas Anderson and forever. Paul Tom, yeah, I mean, that's a long time. Well, it might be good, but I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be earth shattering good. I mean, the cast is big, but I don't know. Interesting. Saw Weapons finally and took the wife to see the new Downton Abbey film over the weekend. Good for you. How'd you like Downton Abbey? That's the last one. Let's see. Okay. Benicio del Toro character and the same from Inherent Vice, but some aspects of the characters have been changed. Shit, I wish he would have brought the character from Sicario over there. Sicario. Shit, that guy. That's the best movie. That's the best role he's ever played. Yeah. Well, you know what the English do? They don't. There's nobody that does period pieces like the English. Nobody. They got those houses that those houses they can cast or make their movies in are just they're just jaw dropping. Let's see, one movie called Life of Crime has yes, that's right. I watched that movie with Jennifer Lawrence and Isla Fisher. Yeah, that was good. That's why that's why when I saw Jackie Brown and I saw those characters, how they ended up and then they did a Life of Crime. I was like, don't trust him. He's gonna get you. Uh, yeah, that was better than I thought it would be. Life of Crime. But that movie was really all Isla Fisher's movie. She just stole that movie. And would Sophie Thatcher be a good next Clarice Starling? Certainly better than what happened to poor Julianne Moore. That's for damn Skippy. It all depends. It all depends who's writing it. Um, it all depends. Oh, Isla Fisher is just so much better. I like Bridget Fonda, and she's okay, but I absolutely adore Isla Fisher. I can't wait for Now You See Me 3 to come out. That's going to be coming out this winter, and I can't wait for it. Absolutely love the first two. The first two were so much fun. Oh, does your library sell, Stacy? Do they sell then, right? I'm going to the library tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday. So I'm hoping against hope that there will be. I haven't got like a massive quantity lately. Most of the time, I'm getting under. I'm getting between 4 to 8 movies or TV shows per week. Where for a while there, I was getting shit. I was getting a ton. Um, but I've been getting some good movies lately. Who's better in their? Who was hotter in their prime? Raquel Welch or Sophia Loren? Oof, wow, that's a good question. Ah, wow. Can I get away with saying Ingrid Pitt? Uh, let's see. I will sit there and say that if I had to choose one or the other, I think I would choose Raquel Welch. I think she was a better I think she could do more. I mean, she had a wider range. I mean, Sophia Loren was drop dead gorgeous. I mean, Italy's Marilyn Monroe, but Raquel Welch could do a lot more physical roles. Like 1 Million BC, Fathom, the guns of Hanny Culver. Oh yeah, yeah, Ingrid Pitt. Thanks, Al Lucard. Al Lucard told me um, how about Bo Derek and Bolero? That's a movie that came out from Canon that nobody saw. But good lord, does she look beautiful in that movie? Uh, yeah, you'll come back and thank me about Ingrid Pitt. She did a lot of Hammer movies, but good lord, she was gorgeous. See, I lived in the Bay Area too, Stacy. I lived in San Jose for many, many years, and we had an independent theater that was by my house, and I would go over there every Friday to see my friend Pam Kelly, and I would just sit there and we just chew the fat. Um, she gave me tickets, a lot of tickets to go see movies, and once in a while I would get a movie from her. Um, that's where really the love of my love for independent film came from. It actually came from her. I had never been to a art house theater until I met Pam, and through her, I went to a lot of independent films. See Edwidge Finch, yep. Um, there was a lot of pretty girls back in the '60s and early '70s. Almaden oh God, yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I think that was Britannia Arms. Yeah, now that I think about it, it was well, it was then. It was a. It all depends where you're in, but if you were in San Jose from the '90s to the early 2000s, then that would probably be the Britannia Arms. I went to the Camera theaters in San Jose. They had there was the Camera 3. They had 4. They had 3 theaters. They had one on Santa Clara Street that used to be a Pussycat theater. That got closed. They used to have 2 Pussycat theaters in San Jose. Both of them got closed. One of them became a club called FX, and now that's gone. It's gone through a couple of other changes. That was downtown San Jose. There's the Camera 3 in downtown San Jose, and then they had the Los Gatos Camera. Yeah, yeah, I remember that club. Remember that club that you went to, Britannia Arms. Not bad. They would get some original bands to go in there once in a while. Some local bands to go in there and play some cover sets and stuff like that. Had a good time. I've been over there a few. So check it out. Dark Room Reviews. He was over there pushing on his channel. Let me just go grab that because I thought this was a pretty good. I thought this was a pretty good video. Let me go ahead and grab that and go back. Dark Room Reviews. Yeah, he did a 9 underseen movies from on Shutter, and I thought, well, that's pretty cool. So I thought I'd share that with you guys. After all, it is getting into spooky season, right? The Spooktacular is coming. Hopefully, Hobbs Horror is up to snuff about this because it's not really the Spooktacular unless Josh is running it. It's just it's just October. But if Hobbs Horror is here and running the Spooktacular, then it's going to be a good October. Oh my gosh! Let's see. Um, Hello, Nanette. How are you? How's your arm? Hopefully, you're feeling much better. The Chasing Labels program is on. Uh, the physical media program, that one is good too. I have not seen that one, but of course, you and I are not chasing. We're not chasing labels if we're shopping the library. We are not. We're doing everything but that. We're not doing that. I mean, the people that can go out there and they can grab a stack of expensive movies. I mean, hats off to you, man. If you could do that, that's fine, man. But I am so hooked into going to the library and picking up the latest of the latest for a quarter. That's just my way I'm gonna live. Now I know I'm getting a lot less library movies than I used to, but I still get them once in a while, and that's all right. And of course, I dropped a new video ourselves. We dropped a review for the Black Cauldron, a long forgotten Disney film, and that was a lot of fun. Um, good, yeah. Get off that oxycodone as soon as you can. Get rid of that shit. Get as soon as you can. That's dangerous. I man, I don't let them. I don't let them. I don't let them subscribe me that. When I ask, I've had a couple of issues, and I've gone in there, and they said, "Okay, we're going to give you something for pain," and I'll sit there and say, "And what are you giving me?" I said, "I don't want anything other than Motrin." So then they sit there and say, "Well, we got oxycodone." I'm like, "No, thank you." Yeah. Doing okay. Doing okay. I can't believe. Oh, okay. I looked there. There was like 12 people here. I'm like, holy cow. I think I'm gonna get to 1700 here in a minute. I think that's gonna happen. I hope so. Did you ever get to downtown San Jose, Stacy? Did you ever get down to San Salvador and First Street or Santa Clara on First Street? Yeah, those that was my that's where trying to, man, it's been I have a feeling if I just get to 1700, it'll start picking up speed again, and then toward the 2000 mark, it'll start picking up speed. I mean, that's what happened from when I got to 700. Once I got to 700, from 700 to 1000, that actually went pretty damn quick. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Oxycodone for my four wisdom teeth. I took it twice and I said I'm good and stopped taking it. Yeah, I didn't even take it. I took Motrin. Uh, but what happened? So here's something for you guys. So I was going to the dentist when I first got here. I didn't have any insurance, so we would actually go down to the University of Michigan and get dental care there because the dental students were working, and there are several of them that were now they could actually work on patients. So you would go down. It take a long time to get a appointment. I mean, because everybody was using the program, but I did it, and so what happened was I got wisdom teeth, and so they said, mine grew in sideways. Like my teeth, instead of coming down, they came out like this. So the dentist, working on my teeth, he says, we should take those out. So that's what we did. Made an appointment. We went down there, and they had the dentist was there. I went to a regular dentist. It wasn't a student. It was a regular dentist, and there was an ER doctor there to observe. He was shadowing the dentist to see what hell he was treating. Um, that doctor he was a he was an ace. Most of the time, whenever you get shots in your mouth to numb up your mouth, you need like three or four to do that. That's just for a cleaning. For wisdom teeth, you could get up to, if like they could numb you up 5 or 6 shots. This guy hit me with 2 shots, two, one here, one here. I didn't feel a thing, but good Lord, those guys had to go to work. I could feel them chipping away on my mouth, right? It was like, and what was really bad was the fact that they wanted to put me on a gas. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to put me under, but I had sleep apnea, and so when they were doing that, I stopped breathing. So they had to like, well, that's not going to work. So they brought me back up, and that's when the ER doctor, hit me with the 2 shots. So back to the wisdom teeth. Um, and I was conscious, but it didn't hurt. So I'm looking at it, and my 3 wisdom teeth that they took out that day came out in 28 pieces. I never get nauseated. I never not the needle doesn't bother me. I don't get nauseous. I certainly did that day. I could not believe my 3 teeth were in 28 pieces. That's how hard it was for them to go get it. So at the end of the operation, they said, okay, um, I get up and I'm just totally out of it, right? And most of the time you're supposed to walk to the front desk and you give them your paperwork, and they give you the follow-up appointment, and then they bill you and all that other stuff. I got up and I was out of it. I got up, I walked out, saw Lorianne, walked to her and said, "Okay, we're out of here." I walked out without even going to the front desk. I there, I had all the paperwork in my hand. All the paperwork they had, I was in my hand, but I was so out of it, I just walked out of the hospital. I walked, um, yeah, if you could, hot air or balloon or the vents, over the vents of a movie, would you use hot air balloon over Smokey and the Bandit or Cannonball Run or Mad, Mad, Mad World? And I would use I use the Fugitive. So four, so they took out all four of your wisdom. I had three out of the four. Anthony says that he had surgery recently. They gave me those, but only five, I think. I burned through them and was done. I found in my case they didn't help much with my pain, to be honest, but they just made me just mellow out. Yeah, I didn't use any of mine either. I just said I don't want it. Um, so, but it was interesting is like I came out of the hospital, took my paperwork, went home, and then I think 2 days later, 2 days later, I blew my clot. Uh, they call it dry socket, and it's like they warn you about that. And I was careful. I was careful, and it didn't take very much, but I blew my clot. And good Lord have mercy, that was agonizing. I mean, that was agonizing. So I had to call Lorianne. I had to call my wife and told her that, hey, so she called Michigan. I'm sitting at work like this. I was unbelievably, it was so bad. Um, so she came over, she picked me up, and we went down to Michigan. There was a full waiting room of people waiting for their appointment. I came. They told me when we told them what happened, they said just come straight in. Don't stop for no, don't stop for nothing. Just come straight to the front desk. So that's what we did. We came right to the front desk, and they saw it there, and they went ahead and they just grabbed my ass and took me to the back, and people were bitching about that, and the nurse shut them all up, saying, "How would you like to have dry socket?" And everybody just shut their mouths afterwards because they have heard what dry socket was. Unbelievable pain, and the same thing happened. I got put in. I got put in. They took good care of me, but I was out of it. I was out of it. I walked out again with everything, and they never billed us. Not once. They never. I not once. It wasn't until like a month later. It wasn't until like a month later that I realized that we both realized that I don't think we've I don't think we've been billed yet, and we just kept waiting, and it never happened. I don't know what and that's not there's no way a hospital's gonna forget a billing. I just think they felt sorry for us, and they just I don't know, they gave us a freebie. Um, they're probably still waiting for me. Yeah, possibility, possibility. Um, Robert Romanus, yes. Would you rather go on a dark ride for 976 Evil or Witchboard? I can't really respond to that one. I've never seen either one. I've never seen either one. Man, I haven't seen Smokey and the Bandit in forever. Same as Cannonball Run. But you know what? How about this? Can I swap out? Can I swap out Cannonball? Can I swap out Cannonball Run for the Gumball Rally? because the Gumball Rally was hella fun. That was a lot of fun. Waffles is here. Holy cow! It's Waffles, the best channel name going on YouTube. And I'm sure I did see that I did see you have a list out, Michael, of the most 80 underrated horror films. I have to go look at that for sure. Maybe a water ride of the River Wild or Piranha. Well, I don't think Piranha would be very exciting. I would definitely do the River Wild though. That would be fun. Waffles just got back from New Jersey, just in time to watch the Mets fall out of the playoff contention. Let's see. Pumped me full of drugs, and I mean painkillers. I had to go to the emergency room to get antibiotics, and this minute they gave it to me at an IV, I started feeling better, and they told me this is all that we can do. Give mm. Yeah, I'm a big penicillin fan. I mean, ampicillin. I don't mind doing antibiotics, but the painkillers it scares me. By all means, please sub to the waffles. Uh, Waffles is up at night too. That Don, and he would actually you and him would actually be an interesting combination. Al Waffles. Right there. New show right there. Of course, if he was of course for Larry it would be heroic cats. Yeah, Michael. I think Michael, you're still. I think you up are late at night, aren't you? I think once in a while you float around. A long time ago, taking care of business. Now, you guys all gonna. Oh, thank you so much. Me too. If you're not doing anything Thursday, I'll be back on Thursday interviewing actor Ken Holmes. I'm looking forward to that. And then we're doing a storyteller on Saturday. Florence Frightingale. Cannot wait to talk to her. That'll be exciting. And of course, this Sunday, the Wonder Twins activate A24 with me and Dell and the mighty horror miser Monty G, Mr. A24. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. You and me both. You and me both, Waffles. See, it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna suggest that we move the October show to your channel though, if you guys want to. I mean, you guys don't have to, but I would love to. I would love to see the Wonder Twins host an A24 night. That would be a lot of fun. Yes, yes, by all means, for sure. I agree with that too. They did take the Wonder Twins. They actually took the Wonder Twins over to the comic books, but they really didn't do much with them. Not as much as they should have. I think their powers were interesting. It's just too bad they didn't use them. They didn't show them increasing every season. Like they could do something new. But I like the Wonder Twins. I like them better than Marvin and Wendy. But yeah, I agree. I think they were underrated. Yeah, you have to check. You have to if you think you guys are let me Waffles, post your link in the chat, Waffles. Yeah, Mika and Kira are a lot of fun. And Lady Sasha too. That's definitely very, very skilled YouTubers. So let's go ahead and do our calendar while I guys got you here. So this Thursday, it's Ken Holmes will be here on the 18th. Saturday we have Florence Frightingale. That'll be an early show. That'll be at 4 p.m. Check your notification buttons for that. And then on the 21st, we just talked about the show with Marty G. On the 24th, we'll be talking with actress Samantha Plotkin. She'll be here on the 24th. Uh, on the 27th, we did a watch party last Saturday on the whole. That was directed by Joe Dante and starred Haley Bennett, and we had a lot of fun with that. I was joined by our good friend Mary Wilson from the ISC show. She joined me for that show, and we had a great time. And it's in the playlist, watch party playlist, so you guys could check that out. And then we're doing it again on the 27th. Um, but I'm hoping against hope. We're trying to make it happen. We're going to have Lady Valerie, also known as the General. She's going to be coming out and hanging out with us on the 27th. We might have one other guest with us on the 27th. I don't know. We're working on it, but definitely trying to get Lady Valerie to come up here and hang out with us. Uh, be super stoked for that to happen. I'm also talking with her about doing a Clash of the Titans. Hey Dell? Are you still in the chat? Dell, if Dell's in the chat, because I got to do that. I got to fix that up too. Me and Dell, we got to battle. We're battling. Uh, uh, yeah, yeah. We got to do a Clash of the Titans. But I'm trying to get Lady Valerie to do this with me. Um, I want to do Clash of the Titans with her doing Halloween '78. She loves Halloween '78, and she's probably the biggest Halloween fan I know. So I want to go ahead and um, what are some of my guests did with guests watch parties? Oh gosh, Joe Cornette, um, super fun. I had a lot of fun with Joe. Michael Cassie. I have Michael Cassie on anytime he wants to come on here. I will have him on anytime he wants to. He's fantastic. He knows so much. Um, we did One Ranger. That was a cool ass movie. Um, we did Joe Lujan was really good for a watch party. That was a lot of fun, and he had his cast of the movie Rust come over and hang out with us. I haven't done that many watch parties. I know a lot of people have done a lot, but we're just sort of getting into it a little bit, and I really like it when I can do a watch party with someone who's associated with the movie, like Joe Leone. Like we watched Reap with Joe Leone, who wrote and directed the movie. That's so much fun. Um, that was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed that. Um, but the one we just did with me and Mary, that was fun. That was it was rated PG-13, so nothing really objectionable. This one we're doing on the 27th, Invitation to Hell. It's from 1984, and it was directed by Wes Craven. It was a made-for-TV movie, and now I haven't seen anybody do that. Uh, so we're going to be watching that on the 27th, and I already know for sure in October. I'm not sure who I'm doing it with, but I know for damn sure we're doing Christy next month. We're going to do Christy. It might be our friend Gabriella Westwood. I might have her come back for that. And I also really would love to do I'm Haunted with Elizabeth Chamberlain, because I think that's an awesome movie. Jim, I've never seen you with a hat on, Jim. We're gonna get Jim a hat. Get him an Eagles hat. I know that would make Kenny and Sean happy if he popped up on a Tuesday night and you did that, and you had if you had an Eagles hat on, man, they put you in the Hall of Fame right there. Poof, Jim. Uh Yeah, it's really fun, and I know a lot of people like to watch their watch parties quiet, but I'm a talker when it comes down to it, so I definitely want to. Yes, I see Jake Speed is on YouTube. I'm gonna watch that. I bookmarked that to watch, and if you want to come up and do that, Stacy, we could do that. We could actually come up there and do that. You could come up and co-host if you want to, for sure. I just got to get my dates in order, and once I do, I'll reach out to you. And if you want to come up there and do Jake Speed, that'd be fine. Jim, are you guys on tomorrow? Talking movies. Are you guys on tomorrow night? If so, what's your topic? Yeah, I got to watch your review next week. Where you guys gonna be covering? It's almost October. I can't wait to see what you guys do for October. I have a fe- I have a feeling your guys' October should be pretty fun. Five underrated horror films that nobody has ever heard of. Kenny could break that. He could do 10 or 20 because he's an IFC guy. An ET hat. I have no idea. What get Jim an ET hat? I why would we get Jim okay, I'm gonna bite. Why would we give Jim an ET hat? Hidden Gems Part Two, underrated. Yeah, I would agree. I thought that would you guys would do that. Man, Kenny's gonna. I always, when you guys do those type of shows, I always watch that because I'm waiting for Kenny to break out his IFC movies. Stacy is drinking a fine vintage tonight. So she wants you to wear ET hat. Mike's Murder. I've heard of that title. I've heard of that, and it's probably on Tubi as well. I don't know, Stacy. He might have you wear a hat. In fact, I don't think anybody has seen Stacy. So I think in order to get I think if Jim has to wear a hat, you have to show up live on a live on a stream. Ah, good memory, Deborah Winger. God, what happened to her? She was really cute back in the day. Now I saw Urban Cowboy, which I didn't like. Of course, An Officer and a Gentleman, which she was really good in. Man, that's a good movie. I haven't seen that in forever. There was a lot of future stars in that movie. Uh, I have a White Sox hat, but I'm embarrassed to wear it. Yeah. But you know what though? You know what? A lot of people were talking trash about that. Like I don't think I could talk trash because when did the Sox win? Like 2013 or 14 when they won their World Series? 2015 maybe it was. 2005. Okay. Well, there's still, you know what though? There's still plenty of fans like people who follow the Mets that can't say shit about that because they haven't won anything at all. The Mariners haven't won anything at all. And at least they won honestly. They didn't have to cheat like the Astros did or the Red Sox. So there's nothing too embarrassing wearing a hat. Yeah, that was good. And I told my friend Jack, him and I were diehard Yankee Red Sox fan. I told him I was rooting for the Red Sox in 2004. I really was. Stacy said that she'll be wearing an ET hat. Well, that's going to make me want to book Jake Speed right now. We should just do that. I should do it Saturday afternoon so Jim can come over and co-host. That actually would be fun. That would actually be fun. That would be fun. Right, right. I'll be here for a little while longer. It is 9:50. I'll probably go on for like another 30 minutes or so. Ah, yes, Black Widow, her and Teresa Russell, Lair of the White Worm. Teresa Russell was big there for a minute, and then she just faded away. I was glad when the Cubs won. I did not blame Steve Barton. That Steve Bartman was. I felt sorry for him because they're complaining about him ruining the game for them. And it's like, no, no, what ruined the game for you guys was you guys had Dusty Baker as manager, and that guy is like one of the two worst manager when it comes down to handling pitching. He's a horrible manager when it comes down to pitching. That's who cost you that game. Let's see. Larry the Horror Cat Dad. Oh shit. Uh-oh. The fur will be flying. That's right. That's right. Are you gonna have him talk about figures? Because he's got a hell of a figure collection. Man, he's got some really cool stuff. That'll be a fun show, Jim. He's a really good guest. Oh, good. I'll be there for that one for sure because he's really good. Like I said, he's a really good guest. Yes, he's so knowledgeable about a lot of things, and I love his figures, man. He just That'll be a fun thing. That would be a fun show. No, I'm gonna have to get back on it. I'm gonna see about my brother. I'm gonna ask my brother to help me get back on. No, I was one of about there's like 200,000 of us that lost our accounts between Instagram and Facebook, and for no reason at all, none. And they just wiped us all out. But I mean, it was the strangest thing. It's like there's just no reason for it. I think I thought I got hacked, but then I started hearing about just tens of thousands of people losing their Facebook accounts and their Instagrams. Next thing you know, they say up to 200 to 250,000 people lost their accounts. Oh, you can schedule me for your show here, Jim. Just tell me the date and the time. I'll be there. Oh, right, for the link. Well, no, you can actually send me the link. I'll have to send you my email. I know you're not on Facebook or TikTok. Field of Dreams all day long. As a matter of fact, I think the White Sox beat the Yankees in a Field of Games in a Field of Game the Field of Dreams baseball game. Major League Baseball plays one game a year, and the Yankees and the White Sox played, and the White Sox won. See, there's still plenty to be proud of if you're a White Sox fan. Yeah. How do you like Blue Sky? Is that good? Is that a good platform? I mean, I heard a lot of people talk about it, and then I didn't hear anything. So I wasn't sure if it was just a flash in the pan or people did people really like it. I joined TikTok just a way to advertise the show. That's uh, substitute Bill Murray for one Steve Martin starring role. So puts Bill Murray in for a Steve Martin role. Hmm. You know what I really think he would do really well in because I've seen that side of him. If anybody's ever watched Meatballs, but I would substitute Bill Murray for Steve Martin in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Bill Murray, when he can play gentle. I mean, I love Meatballs. Meatballs is my very favorite Bill Murray movie. It's his first one, but it's my favorite one. And the worst performance he ever did was Ghostbusters 2. Oh my God, he is insufferable in that. Hated him in that movie. Felt really. I'm not the biggest Dan Aykroyd fan, but I felt sorry for Dan Aykroyd. Felt really sorry for him. He worked his ass off in Ghostbusters 2, and Bill Murray he was just out of control and not funny at all. Let's see. Welcome back, Nanette. Been really interesting to see those chats work. Yeah, I don't know if they've ever. That's really interesting. I don't know if they've ever done anything together. But the other thing with Bill Murray is that he always feels that he has to be on the jazz every time you see him. He's got to be performing every single second. Chevy Chase was like that too. And it's like, dude, it's okay to turn it off, to turn it down. You don't always have to be Bill Murray. And I think that's what really has happened to him in the last, 5 or 6 years, that people finally got enough, finally have just had enough. I mean, he doesn't have to be that way. Look at Lost in Translation, Razor's Edge. Uh, those were serious roles, and he did a great job in them. Like I said, Meatballs, another movie he did a great job in. He didn't have to be all manic all the time. I thought on the paper, if you really think about it, I mean, Bosley, what a great role for him. I mean, that suited him so well, but he just couldn't just let it go. He just he had to be Bill Murray. And it's like, dude, man, you don't have to be that way every single role you play. It's like Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds does the same thing every movie he does. It's not like the role he plays, it's just Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds. It's like, dude, you don't always have to be that way. So whenever they get good directors, whenever they get good directors that can come up to him and say, "Listen, I don't want you to improv. I want you to act what's on the paper, on the page." When they get good, strong directors, they get the best. They get some really good roles out. Greetings, greetings. How are you, Meg? I've got a storyteller coming Saturday. I got a storyteller, Florence Frightingale, and she's a storyteller. I'm interested in seeing how that goes. I don't know if it's gonna be I don't know if it's gonna be any good or not. I'm just crossing my fingers, dotting the i's, crossing the t's. Whew, man, the Yankees bullpen is just blown the hell up. Wow, got to rebuild it next year. Really? Yeah, I didn't know that. Wow, that's not a good look. Eugene Levy, he's fun. J Not a real big Jessica Lange fan. So if I had to choose one, I would choose King Kong. That's probably the one I would pick out. Not the biggest Jessica Lange fan. I thought her role. I thought she was really good in King Kong. People forget Jeff Bridges was in that too. I know she's done some memorable films, but I think I just saw her too much like being a wannabe Faye Dunaway, and and oh, okay. I think it's her best performance too. I really do. I have really never been impressed with anything else that she's done. I think it was back in the day. It was her and Kathleen Turner. They were like the two most in-demand dramatic actresses. Yeah, I saw a clip on YouTube where she was shooting a like a PSA, and she's doing it, and it was really interesting. She looked great, and she's reading it, and then she finally stops it, and she says to one of the crew guys, "Says you're in my sight line. Could you not be my sight line anymore?" Like you know, because you could see it when she was reading. She was trying to read it off the card, and then or she memorized it, but she's doing this. There's somebody that was moving in her sight line, and she would just sit there and say, "Yeah, don't do that." So could you leave? So I know growing up, both of them had a really bad reputation. Like they were like people in the press. They were like gossip magazine fodder. It's like, one week they'd be talking about Faye Dunaway, the next week they'd be talking about Jessica Lange, and they're just trading bars back and forth. And people just a lot of people were they're like they're just they're divas. And of course Faye Dunaway, she got crucified in Mommy Dearest, but she was playing it the best she knew how. Now I know everybody says no more wire hangers and all that, but she was only acting with what she was given, and yet she got ridiculed for that. And I can think of a lot of roles that men did, for a period. Al Pacino, everything Al Pacino did, it wasn't an Al Pacino movie until he had a rant. Um, he's screaming at the top of his lungs. I seen it for a while there. It was like we got to have Al Pacino to scream at somebody for no reason. Um, Again, like Bill Murray or Chevy Chase. We got to have them do certain things, so people know it's them. Um, but I thought Mommy Dearest was, to me it was like, well, it's so campy. Well, Joan Crawford was a monster. She was not a nice person at all. I thought she was actually rather I thought she was actually rather nice in playing Joan Crawford. Oh, what time is it? Oh, we'll go for another 20 minutes or so, and then I gotta finish doing these banners here and get them up. So I dropped a new movie, a new review. Dropped. See if I can find it here. Uh, DiCaprio will be in Heat 2. I wish they wouldn't have done that. I really do. I really wish they wouldn't have done that. Isn't that supposed to be a prequel? Oh, Heat was perfect the way it is. Heat is one of those rare movies that is perfect the way it is. All right, let's see if I get any traffic. Let's see. So there's my review of The Black Cauldron from Walt Disney. Man, I didn't even know anything about that movie until after I got it. I came home and started reading about it, and I didn't even, I had never seen it before. Never seen it before. Never heard anybody talk about it. And it was interesting. It was interesting. A lot of actors get typecast to take roles, especially when they really couldn't get out of the role. Yeah, you were putting back into the back of the heyday of cinema movies. So really, yeah, yeah, but yeah, you're right. I mean, a lot of times, a lot of the actors they did get typecast in the same roles. Yeah, they really couldn't get out of it because a lot of them were signed for a contract. So they had to do what they were asked to do, otherwise they didn't work. They got put on suspension. Yeah, the studio system was not a good thing. I mean, it really wasn't. It was a pretty pretty horrible considering how much work those guys used to do for next to no money. They get asked to go ahead and work TV shows. Hey, we're going to have you in 6 different westerns and 6 weeks, and we're going to pay you like $250 per show. That's just that's a lot of work for peanuts. And the typecast, yeah, that was terrible. John Wayne worked really hard to break that. He did a lot of in the '70s. He tried to break out of the western, and he did a few cop movies. He did Cute McHugh, he did Brannigan, and I think he did one other cop show too in the modern setting. And he tried, he's like, hey, but the audiences had a hard time watching him as a cop. They wanted him to play a cowboy, and oh, whoop, wow, we're only down to 2 people. I guess people said, okay, that's enough of you. Tired of listening to that guy ramble. I guess I should sit there and say I was actually I guess I could say I was let's see. Yeah. All right. Wow. Well, it's only one person here, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull the plug. But thank you, Nanette, and thank you, Stacy, for hanging out to the bitter end. Yeah, this was something just impromptu, something to say hi to. Know that we'll be back on Thursday, 8 o'clock with Ken Holmes, Saturday at 4 p.m. with Florence Frightingale, and Sunday will be over Horror Miser Monty G's channel, along with the Wonder Twins and Dell from Dell on Movies. Uh, yeah, Judy Garland never got over the. Yeah, same thing with Shirley Temple. Shirley Temple the same way. People wanted to typecast her as little Shirley Temple, and it's like, I'm an ambassador. I got married. I'm an ambassador. I'm way past that. Yeah, Judy Garland. Yeah, feel bad for her too. What was she 53 when she passed? 53 or 54? God, really young. Hard life. All right, you guys have a great night, and I'll see you on Thursday. Thanks for coming. Peace.